Hi everyone. I've been having a lot of questions about how to do this field report, so I thought I would just go over the sample really quickly. If you haven't already looked at the sample, you definitely want to open that up in the instructions. It should be in your assignment instructions, and take a quick look at the sample because it's going to help you out a lot. I just want to remind you though that this sample is just showing you the sample. You'll want to put your MLA heading on the top of this page or your APA title page, depending on whether or not you use MLA or APA for your studies. So if you don't know that, you can ask me and I can look it up. If you ask me, tell me what class you're in and what your major is, please. Or you can just go to the library and you can look it up. This is something you definitely want to know and you'll need to know throughout this class and throughout your college career. So put your MLA heading or your APA title page up here. In every single class, every assignment that you're uploading into the classroom, every Microsoft Word assignment or PDF, you want to have either that MLA heading or the APA title page. Never hand in work to your teachers without your name on it, without your information on it. This is just part of going to college. So what you're going to do here is, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to kind of answer these questions here, but you're going to want to give specifics as much as you can. So don't just say, the first one here, they say articles about nutrition, exercise motivation. That's very general. So, but then databases, they're giving specific databases. Don't say, the databases I would use in this program or databases about medicine and health. That's not what I'm looking for. This assignment is to really help you dive into your major and learn about it. I would suggest keeping this on your computer after and just constantly adding to it as you come across websites, you come across information about the field of work that you're going to work in. It's just a really good idea to keep these kind of resources that you can always go back to. So, you want to give me specific databases with their names that you would use. You want to give the specific names of books that you could use in your field. You want to give specific examples of video sites. Don't, say YouTube is an example of a video site that you would use. I want specifics of actual videos and professional websites that have videos that you would use. So, websites here, organizations, give me specific organizations. The more specific and focused this is, the better. So social media sites, you might say, the Facebook page for this organization or that organization, but not just Facebook. Then you're going to do a closer look at one site. So give me the URL for the site and the name of the site, and then tell me about this website. I want this to be thorough. 2 or 3 sentences is not going to be enough. Just a good tip for college is that an academic paragraph should never be fewer than 5 sentences long. Never. If you're writing in a creative writing kind of way, you can have very short paragraphs. But in an academic paragraph, you never want to have fewer than 5 sentences, but generally it's going to be quite a bit longer than that. You never want to strive to just meet the minimum. Strive for excellence, not mediocrity. So you really want to have at least 5 sentences here. If you use a quote, cite it. Then some tips for communicating in the sports and health, but whatever your field is. So your tips for communicating, you want to, once again, I'm not sure why students seem to have so much trouble with this particular part, and they just give me random bullet list of things that have nothing to do with this. So this is basically about using, proper language, just different ways that you would communicate in your field. If you think about it, the way that people in the medical field communicate with each other is different than the way that people in the academic field do. Anyone who's in the military, you know that the way that you communicate in the military is not the same. It's not casual. It tends to be very formal, things like that. So that's really what you want to focus on. You look it up, but if you're already working in the field, then certainly use your own, your own experience here. Don't use I or anything like that, but if you're working in the field, then certainly feel free to discuss things that you have learned, but in a kind of more academic tone. So, know the VIPs in your field. Most of this is going to be relevant to to most fields. You know, use formal academic voice that's free of slang, but you know, there are fields where that's not true. And in a way, the military is actually one of those where, while you might not call it slang, there's certainly military jargon that you would be expected to know and expected to use. That's true in the medical field too. Whereas there are other fields where informal language is pretty normal, and there's a very casual environment, and then there are fields where that's not true at all, and using casual informal language or slang would be a very big deal. So that's the sort of thing you want to focus on here. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I hope I wrapped that up well enough for you. Thanks.